Hello Hammerheads, thanks for tuning in. God, it's my hair. I've just washed it, you see. I've been in the shower and all that, right? And every time I wash my hair lately, it stinks of fucking Malibu. I've been using this shampoo I got from Mal's, right? It's like coconut shampoo and stuff now. Honest to God, man, it looks like sperm, right? But it smells really nice. Very pungent, very strong, very aromatic. You take the top off and the smell permeates the bathroom before you've even used any. That's how strong it is. Yep, do you want to drink my head? It's only Malibu. Yeah, I dare say my hair will get washed again tomorrow morning when I'm walking to work, because the way this torrential downpour is going, yeah, floods all over the country, everywhere, houses underwater, the fucking lot, rivers bursting the banks. And the last government, at least, they did quite a lot to help, you know, and they prevented housing associations and builders from, you know, building housing estates on friggin' floodplains and stuff like that. And this government doesn't give two flying fucks in Billy Smart's circus. But we all know that already, don't we? Anyway, I'm not here to talk about that shit. I'm going to do a film review, right? I don't know why I didn't watch this film before I reviewed it, because it would still be fresh in my mind, you see. I normally do that, but I couldn't sit through this again. I haven't seen it for years. But anyway, released in 1981, banned in 1984. They're beyond. Yeah, this version is like, it's rated, it's 18. This obviously was released after the ban was enforced on all these other nasties. And this one's on the Elephant Video Limited release. Yep. See that big fat picture of an elephant there? Looks a bit like my ex-wife. Now it's better looking than her. And this one, right, starring Catherine McCall, David Warbeck, Sarah Keller, Anton St. John, Veronica Larza in The Beyond, an Elephant Video Limited release. Produced by Fabrizio De Angelis, directed by Lucio Fulci. Yep, 1981. And this version, I bought this off eBay a long time ago. I thought, oh, I've heard all about it, I've read all of the reviews and stuff, and I thought, let's see how gory it really is. I wonder if it's as good as zombie flesh eaters. You know? And anyway, slipped it into my VCR player. Guess what? Not 1 ounce of gore in it whatsoever. Nothing. I don't think there's even a drop of blood in this. It's that heavily censored. Yeah, it's going to be video collectors out there, they'll buy it just for the hell of it. Oh well, that's another version. I bet Dawn's brother's got this, or he'll get it. But honestly, it's really, really cut. I mean, every bit of gore in it is gone. Every time someone gets killed, there's nothing there. It jumps onto something else, which really confuses the plot. Not that there's much of a plot anyway. You know what I mean? So, for these hardcore collectors, it'll be quite a gem for you lot. But for me, Nah. Got this one, however. It's just the Vipco Screen Time Collection version. Films that terrified audiences around the world. The Beyond. This one's the complete uncut version. Proudly presents Lucio Fulci's The Beyond, digitally remastered. Right, I'll read the synopsis. One on that video is a bit difficult to read because it's red text against a red background. I mean, where's the friggin' sense and intelligence in that? Right then. A young woman inherits a decaying hotel on the edge of a Louisiana swamp, unaware that more than 50 years ago it served as the gateway to hell, and that its horrific evil lives on to this day. Her dream to build a new life for herself becomes a nightmarish fight for survival as horrors straight out of Lovecraft's book of Ebion lay their own claim to her property and the souls around her. Vipco is proud to present Lucio Fulci's The Beyond in its face-melting, blood-oozing, zombie-crumbling, gory glory. Yeah, and so I got that. Anyway, I viewed that one and I thought, well, let's see where the gore is then. Has to be said, I'm sorry for all you Fulci fans, but the special effects in this film are shit. Simple as that. Shit. There hasn't been, I don't know, you can tell there hasn't been enough friggin' time put into them. They've been rushed to me. Just like some of the special effects on his best film, Zombie Flesh Eaters. Particularly the part when the zombie, you know, slowly comes to the surface and bites the woman on the neck. Well, if you look carefully at that film, he's all decaying down to there, right? Down to the end of his neck. And then from then on, you can tell, well, it's just normal skin like mine. You know, a person. And then when you look at another shot of it, he's getting further out of the grave. The rest of him's decaying and all. And this is the Spanish conquistador. I mean, come on. They've been buried underground for like 400, 500 years, you know what I mean? There would be mere skeletons. Yeah? They wouldn't have eyeballs, they wouldn't have any flesh on them, decaying otherwise. Anyway, we're not here to talk about zombie flesh eaters, we're talking about the Beyond. I mean, I'll give you, you know the synopsis, you know the drill, you know the plot, so I'm not going to tell you my own plot, because it's exactly the same as that. There's not much of a plot anyway. But it's just peppered with errors, apart from the crappy special effects. I mean, for a start, right, this bloke's working on the house, on the hotel, near the beginning. And for some inexplicable reason, falls 25 foot, right, from the scaffolding or whatever, lands on his fucking head. And guess what? They call a lone doctor out, who tends to him and says, oh, he's had a bad knock, he should be in hospital. Come on. There would be paramedics galore. They would be clogging the fucking driveway up, wouldn't they? They'd be, oh, hey man. And anyway, and there's another bit, right? This bloke in the library, you know, he's pissing about with these books. He's up a big ladder. You know, it's one of these big libraries with the tall shelves. And this bolt strikes him, falls off his ladder. He's well, he's not unconscious, he's conscious, but he can't move, he's paralysed. You see all these tarantulas in the distance coming towards him along the floor. And these tarantulas, right, they crawl onto his face and start eating his flesh away. Now, you can tell they're not real spiders. Look closely. One or two of them might be, the rest of them are not. And you can tell it's not real flesh. Honestly, look carefully. Look at the difference between each shot and stuff. Goes back to the clay face, goes back to the proper face, goes back to the clay face. It's badly done. It's just been rushed. No proper thought been put into it whatsoever. And then there's the bit when this girl gets her throat ripped out by this fucking dog. Look carefully. That is not a dog. It's either a hand puppet or, I don't know, but it's not a fucking dog. It's a robotic one because you can see the mechanics of its bottom jaw. It doesn't even look like the dog. It's like the real dog that it was when it come towards her. You know what I mean? That's the thing about Fulci's films as well. When anybody gets their neck cut open or their throat bitten out, why on earth does no blood ever spill forth from their fucking lips? That's medically inadequate and impossible. That would happen in real life. I mean, it's obvious, isn't it? It's going to well up in your throat and come out. It's going to come out somewhere apart from just your neck. So that's stupid and all. And then at the end, I'm not going to delve too much into the mistakes, but like later on in it, right, this fucking zombie, after he gets his eyes gouged out, that does look real, I must admit. One part of the film that looks good, when he gets his eyes friggin' gouged out, and then he's a zombie later with no eyes, and he gets hold of this woman, right, he puts the back of her head on this friggin' nail sticking out the wall. Now then, the nail is that long, yeah? Her head is impaled on the nail comes out of her eye that far with an eyeball on the end of it. Well, it was that long, so how's that going to happen? Doesn't make sense. I pick up on these details. A lot of other people probably don't, or they do and they're blind to it because it's a classic. Maybe's. And then at the end, right, they're in that hospital or whatever the fuck it is, and they're in hell basically, and they're shooting all. He's got this revolver, right? He hasn't got any fucking, he's got 6 shots. A revolver only carries 5 or 6 shots, no more than that, right? And blam, 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 blowing all these fucking zombies' heads off. Has he got some kind of magic fucking Colt? Because they only fire 6 rounds and he didn't have any spares on him. Anyway, The Beyond. I know I've moaned on about it a bit, but come on, it is a cult classic. And it was banned. So that's, that makes it more appealing in a way, doesn't it? I've got to see how much it's worth. Get me old little book out again, see? That one there. It's got a lot of stuff in here. It's got Jimi Hendrix jackets and boots and Beatles, clothes, everything. All sorts. But there's a horror section of videos and stuff. Oh, here it is. It's got all these, Thingy the Beast. I can never pronounce that. Demented. There it is, The Beyond. Now, this one's The Beyond, 1987. So it was like, obviously, a re-release. Video Media. 90 minutes. Director, Lucio Fulci. Band. £35. $53. But, it's probably been released and re-released on that many different fucking labels, you know what I mean? But that might be worth even more, I don't know. Even though it is cut. You'll get collectors out there wanting that one. The green box and all. Well, whoever's distributed this has put the label on fucking crooked. Anyway, if you want a good laugh and what have you, have a look. The Beyond. In the meantime, I'm out of here, hammerhead. See you later.